training for this. What's up everyone, it's Kyle from Color Expression, back with another swatch and review. So today we are checking out the new MOONCAT Danse Macabre collection. This is 8 new shades. We have some magnetics, a thermal, a pearl. We have a lot of stuff going on in here as always, so I am excited to check these ones out with you guys. Of course, the day or two before I was about to start swatching these, I broke a nail at work, so we have a little shorty going on, but it's fine. It doesn't matter. Who cares? We're just looking at some polish. You can see all the beautiful colors and pigments still, so we are going to look at these 8 shades. They range in price from $16 to $18 USD, or you can grab this whole collection for $119 USD. I will link the MOONCAT website down below, as well as some FAQs on their international shipping and that type of stuff as well. I'll share more of my thoughts on the collection as we go throughout the swatches and at the end of the video, but don't forget to like this one, subscribe if you haven't already, and I think we're ready to just jump right into it. Also, comment down below what you thought of my my dancing skills that brought polish to life. Hello. Our first swatch is Pearl Clutcher, and this is MOONCAT's first pearl shade. This is a really sort of fine shimmery pigment. You can see here head on under the light we are getting a lot of this really bright silver sparkle, but when you wiggle this one around, when you have this on as a full hand manicure, you're getting these flashes of sort of bluey teal and pink, and there's this really cool range of color, and pearl is a perfect description for this polish because it's sparkly, it's colorful, it's iridescent, and I really loved the application, the finish of this. It was a tiny bit brush strokey, but really once it dried down you don't really notice that because there is just so much sparkle under the light. You can see in the full hand here it's just so bright. It's on the thumb, you can get that sort of pink effect, and I'm a huge fan of this one. I wore this around for a couple days and a lot of people were complimenting me. I saw a bride-to-be and I was like, oh girl, this could be your polish. But yeah, I'm a big fan of this one. Next we have the Living Doll, and this one is a pink sort of, I guess, crelly base with a bluey indigo shimmer in there, and this one built up really well for me in 3 coats, so that is what we're going to swatch in the video. You can see here on the first coat we are getting pretty good coverage, but as it built up I just really wanted to get rid of any patchiness and cover up that little bit of nail line, but 2 coats of this polish is definitely going to give the effect that I think a lot of people are gonna want, which is that sort of squishy, shimmery, jelly pink light feel. I really like this polish. It's not personally a polish that I would gravitate towards, but for the people that like pinks, that like this sort of thing, I think this is right up their alley. I know a few people personally in my life that are already gushing over this one, so I can't wait to share this with them. Here you can see that shimmer a little bit better as we get into the detail, and especially in the full hand shots too, you can just get that light up effect that it gives, and it's really nice. It's really subtle. I feel like this is the cool versatility of MOONCAT because we're getting shades like this in the last one, and we're also getting black metallic flaky polishes in the same collection, so that is really cool and definitely something for everyone in here. The first magnetic we'll look at is Clair de Lune. This one is described as a light mauve purple base, and then in there we get a silver magnetic pigment. And as I mentioned maybe it's in the outro, but as I mentioned at some point, we're getting this new magnetic formula from MOONCAT, and it only requires 2 coats, and it builds up really nicely. So we did the first coat with no magnet, and then in our second coat, you can see here, I put the magnet under my finger, applied that polish as normal, let my finger rest for 30 seconds, did a layer of top coat and let that sit with the magnet for 30 seconds too, and then this was the result of that. So I am a huge fan of this shade, and I will, just full disclosure, the reason you're sort of seeing 2 lines on my nails is because I have 2 lights, but I think that this pigment is really nice. It is super sparkly, super shiny, and it was really easy and effective to use. Super big fan of this magnetic formula from MOONCAT for sure. Heart on a Platter is the first holographic shade that we'll check out, and this one is described as a red shimmer linear holographic. So we are getting at this sort of extra sparkle from that red base and then that linear hollow pigment in here, which I will say is best seen once it's dried down a bit. So once we take a look at the full hand, you'll get to really get that sort of hollow flare effect. But you can see here as we're building it up, that first coat was practically full opacity if I had been maybe a little bit more careful in my application, but not gonna lie, this was my first live swatch back in 2 years. I think it went pretty well, but built up in 2 coats, this shade looked gorgeous. I love this deep red. This is such a great shade for this time of year, and you can see here, like I said, in the full hand, you're getting that full sparkle effect, and it's just so gorgeous, especially in the sun, under flash, like in certain lightings, you're just getting a bunch of different vibes from this shade. So I am a huge fan. I love a vampy red, and this one is definitely getting a top spot from me in this collection. Our thermal polish is the Doppelganger, and in its warm state, it's this sort of light mauve-y pink shade, and in its cool state, you can see here in the application, it is this nice deep purple, and then in the polish, we are also getting a pinky purple shimmer pigment. So a lot of stuff going on in here, and no matter what color the base is, it looks really nice. I personally love a thermal with an added pigment because creams are fine, normal colored nails are fine, but I love some sparkle, I love some shine on the nails, so a thermal with something else in it is always going to grab my heart a little bit more, and this one did that the second that I saw it. I was like, yes, please and thank you. We'll see in the full hand shots. Oh, and I guess this shot, I started to warm up, so we're getting that warm on the finger part of the nail, and then as you're getting a tip of the nail, or if your nails are even longer, you're going to get that sort of drastic line where the finger is just cooler, warmer and cooler, and you get that really cool effect. As we shift into fall, the winter months, this is such a fun type of polish to wear when you're getting cold and hot and going inside and outside and all of the things are changing. I love a thermal polish, and then I did get pretty chilly by the end of filming the swatch, so you can just see a full hand shot of what that polish is going to look like in its cool state. Very cool. Oh, okay, bye. Our other holographic shade is Hell is Other People, and honestly, I read this name and I was just like, girl, say less. This is the sister to the red hollow shade, but purple, so we're getting a sort of shimmery base. There's this extra nice sparkle going on in here, and then we are getting that linear holographic pigment, so building it up in 2 coats for the best coverage. You can see super smooth formula. I really have never, I don't think, complained about the MOONCAT formula. I don't think I've ever had a bad experience with it. But once we threw some top coat onto this polish, you can see it really just gave it that extra sparkle. Linear hollows tend to sort of mattify as they dry, so getting that top coat on there, letting that dry for a sec, just gives the nicest shine. And then again, in direct sunlight, in super bright light, direct lighting, you're gonna get the most sparkle on this, but either way, it's this nice, deep, shiny, sparkly purple, and it is such a gorgeous polish for this time of year. Requiem for a Swan is a black jelly base, and then in there we are getting a silver metallic flake and a hollow sparkle. So that is just a bunch of stuff that immediately is going to win me over. These are a bunch of things that I like. I love a dark polish, I love a sparkle, and especially a hollow sparkle is just, oh, it is so good. So I personally built this up in 3 coats for my swatches, but here on the second coat you can see really probably would have been fine. I just like to be a little bit extra. I like to get some more glitter on there if there is an opportunity for me to, but yeah, realistically you can probably do this one in 2 coats and it's going to look super nice and sparkly and gorgeous. But in 3, here you can see it layered up so nicely. We're getting really even coverage. The jelly base, for being black, it wasn't patchy, it wasn't streaky or anything. So really liked that about this one. And this was almost reminding me of the Dark Side from MOONCAT's launch collection years ago. So I love seeing this type of vibe coming back. It's another great one for fall, another perfect one for people who like those darker colors, and again, super happy to add this one to my collection. The last shade we're checking out in this collection is, oh, you can hear me with my silent scream. Anyway, this is a black, I would say, base with that silver magnetic pigment in here. And again, this is going to mirror the sort of, all of my comments on the purple magnetic polish are going to be the same for this one, but it's just a black base. It applied super smooth. It looked great in these 2 coats. With the 30 seconds of magnifying, this looked absolutely stunning. I still have this exact painted nail on, and it kept that line. It looked so nice. I'm such a huge fan of this new magnetic formula that they're doing. I can't wait to see even more shades using it. It's so smooth, it's so nice. I would love to see some hollow or some other fun little stuff in there, but for now, totally satisfied with these polishes. I think that they did a great job on these. Now that we have checked out the shades, I want to hear your thoughts on them. So leave a comment, let me know which one is your favorite, which ones have you picked up, which ones are you gonna grab, what are your thoughts on this whole collection in general. Personally, I love a dark, moody vibe, and MOONCAT kind of always hits the mark with that. I do enjoy these new magnetic formulas that they've been doing, where it's sort of 2 coats and you get that opacity. It's really convenient, because magnetic polishes used to annoy me so much that honestly I really wouldn't wear them, like in a personal sense of just wearing nail polish. I hated the waiting around to let it sit if you really want that crisp design. So these in 2 coats, and they just look so good. Don't mind that finger. They just look, oh, I can't do that either. Okay, that was crazy, but in general, you get what I'm saying. They look really good. That was so insane. I liked this collection. I want to hear your thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on some of the MOONCAT releases that have happened over the last couple of years? Let me know if there are polishes around that are your favorites that you would want to see me swatch. Thinking of maybe bringing back the throwback series. I want to bring on some people just from my life. I want to do my friends' nails and just ask them questions and introduce them to you guys, because I feel like that would be fun. So let me know if there's questions you would have if I did a video like that. I'm excited to kind of explore different things on the channel. I've been super busy. We are sold out of CX Polish. Thank you all so much for ordering, for supporting. It just, I'm gonna shut up about it soon, but it just means so much to me. I'm excited to mix up the next batches and get some more polishes released. But yeah, I really enjoyed this collection. I had a lot of fun filming that intro. Thank you to my boss for letting me use the studio after hours, which I will say is definitely hot. But anyway, I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you so much for coming to the channel, showing your support, and I will see you in the next one soon. Bye. That felt unhinged, but that's okay. Okay, bye. Why are my keys in my pocket? I'll be right back. And I still had my sneakers on. that just feels so crazy. Hello? I mean, I just went out to my car to get something, so it all makes sense, but like, girl, relax, you're filming.